Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
Such a beautiful piece of history.
The oldest fire engine.
And rightfully the number one in the rally.
Welcome to the world of vintage car rallies, where history, craftsmanship and passion converge on the asphalt, bringing to life cars, though long past their prime, are still full of spirit and elegance. It is so captivating about the open road. The gentle hum of a vintage engine, the rustle of the wind, and the feeling that time has slowed down. These cars are masterpieces of engineering, each with a unique story to tell. Restored with love and devotion, these vehicles are once again out on the road, their engines no longer just pieces of machinery, but the heartbeat of the journey.
My name is Jitinder Pandit, and for the Statesman Vintage Car Rally, I am the chief judge, and I've been that for the last 4-5 years, I think. And I'm a car lover, I'm a vintage car lover, and that's how I'm here.
So what are the parameters to be kept in mind when you're judging especially?
When you're judging, you take about 8 to 10 parameters which are important, starting from the engine, the mechanical maintenance of the car, the paintwork, the coach interiors, the meters instruments, and also there's a different category for which year you belong to. There are 4 categories. Up to 1939 is a vintage category. Then we have a classic category which is 45 to 62. And then we have a post-war category which again is a little later. And then we have a category now which has been updated, that cars which are more than 50 years old, so as to accommodate the new generation which is owning these cars and they may not own the extra one.
So,
Those are the parameters.
so I feel people are having such a pride in them when they are coming with their cars.
Absolutely.
This rally.
Absolutely.
So how about the response of the youth?
Not very much as yet. Not very much as yet. A lot of them are coming with their father or stuff like that, but I guess it takes time to grow on you. And it's something like if you see your father spending a lot of time or something, hopefully something will rub off onto you. Hopefully it may not. Because the generation is totally different.
What's your message for them?
These are preservation pieces and they are heritage. And driving them and owning them is a totally different thing. I mean, for example, you own one of these, you stand out. But if you own today any of the current cars, you'll see dozens of people with the same car. And some might love them and some just use them as a means of transport. There's no passion involved. With this, there is a passion involved.
So passion is very important. And what do you want to say to the government, the organizers, the owners of the car? Any message for them?
To the government, the message is for God's sake, find a way so that these people who have these cars, you don't follow a strict pollution control levels, etc. like that. Give them some sort of a limited usage value. Not that whenever they take it out, you haul them up and fine them 1,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees, whatever it is. That's my message.
Okay.
I mean, don't kill your heritage, because these cars, it's important that you run them also sometime. If you don't run it for months and months, the day you do, you'll come up with major problems. So you spend a lot of time. By the time you spent and efforted to get it going, the opportunity may have gone.
Exactly, because they are automobiles, they need to be running and there should be some system.
They need to be running.
Yeah.
They need to be running.
How many years you have been doing this?
I started in about 1970.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
But I've been chief judge, I think, for the past 5 or 10 years, I guess.
Okay.
Something like that.
So you're enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it. It's getting tiring, but I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
Again, it's a question of passion.
Yeah.
If in something else I was asked to put in so much energy, I might say no. But I love cars, so that's why I'm here.
This year's rally is special with inclusion of 11 incredible female bikers. These women are the riders, proving that the open road belongs to everyone, regardless of gender. With every twist of the throttle, these women have the spirit of adventure, showing us that passion knows no limits. The road is theirs, and they are the ones who led this rally. These classics are more than just vehicles. They're icons of their times. Every polished curve, every gleaming chrome detail tells the story of the artisans and innovators who built them. And today, they continue to inspire us with their timeless beauty, reminding us that some things never go out of style. Behind every vintage car is a team of dedicated craftsmen who restore and preserve these machines with attention to detail. From the engine's workings to the elegance of the dashboard, every part is carefully renewed. It's a labor of love that celebrates craftsmanship and honors history, preserving the past one car at a time. But even these classics aren't immune to the occasional hiccup, a brief stop, a moment of challenge. It's in these moments that the true spirit of the rally comes alive.
I am Dr. Shahamat Hussain. I work for a company called Reliance Industries as a zonal head and a consultant with Max Hospital, Gurgaon. Vintage is my passion.
Oh, okay.
So this is maybe my 20th car. This is a car called Oakland and it's one of its kind in the country.
Okay.
The whole body is made of wood. And the beauty is that it's got a fabulous history. This car was owned by a judge called Justice Aga Haider.
Okay.
A lot of material on the net, who refused to give death sentence to Shahid Bhagat Singh. So he was obviously thrown out, naturally.
Obviously.
Obviously,
It's a big history.
yes. So he was from Saharanpur, he went to Saharanpur, and then obviously he passed away and his children. So this car was parked in the open and had degenerated completely. It had disintegrated, I got it back. And the beauty of the thing is that each and everything is original. So the wheels are made of wood,
Yeah.
the wheel caps are original, the meters, if you can have a look inside, it was bought in Lahore. So this is Narayan Das and Sons ka sticker, which was Lahore and Karachi only that time. And the serial number of the car is there. Even the key says made in USA.
Oh, that's really
So
nice.
everything is original. You have a look at the dashboard where it says, so cars were numbered when they were being made at that point of time, and the original number is still there.
सर इसकी मेंटेनेंस के लिए कितना ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस लेना पड़ता है और इसके
देखिए स्ट्रेस तो बहुत लेना पड़ता है, स्ट्रेस की तो खैर नहीं है, बट शौक है.
शौक का तो फिर कोई limit
तो
नहीं.
इसलिए स्ट्रेस की जो बात कर रही हैं आप, तो सामान इसका सारा यूएस से मिलता है, अगर मिला तो.
ओके स्पेयर पार्ट्स यूएस में है अदरवाइज नहीं है तो फिर
Oakland company started off in sometime in 1918 or 1917 and shut in 1931. It was sold to Pontiac and then taken over by General Motors. So a few years it was there, so that was the only time the production was. Even on the net, if you go and have a look at the hard body, so it's all wood,
कंप्लीट वर्ड
complete wood.
ओके
They've got a covering of the steel from outside, but inside it's all wood.
दैट्स नाइस.
तो ऐसी गाड़ियाँ बनती कहाँ हैं, बचती कहाँ हैं?
नहीं बचते नो डाउट सर यही तो हमारी हेरिटेज है.
अब ये हमारी हेरिटेज है. एंड ओकलैंड per se, there are only 2-3 known cars in the country, but they are soft top. They're like convertibles, and this is the only hard top.
That's really nice.
So
So you
it's-
feel
it's-
so proud.
I feel very proud about it, yeah, because and I got it by default. So I didn't know that this car was his. When I picked it up, then the club members told me, "You're lucky you got this."
Yeah, actually.
So
It's a huge history.
it's got a fabulous history, and it's all over the net. So it's not something which I'm trying to make up a story. But if you surf Justice Aga Haider, I'm sure you'll find a lot of things. No, we have to preserve our history.
Yeah.
It's not youth. You know, we are growing older.
Yeah.
The young generation needs to know. Otherwise, and the most important thing is that the government has put a ban. Now there are so many things creating pollution. These are not. They're hardly out once in a while. In total, there are about 300 cars in the full NCR. कितनी आ जाएंगी यार एक टाइम में 60-70.
और कितनी है?
वेरएस आप गन्ने का जूस लेने जाइए, वो जनरेटर जुगाड़ का, व्हील लगा, ना लाइसेंस, ना नंबर प्लेट, ना रजिस्ट्रेशन, एंड ब्लैक स्मोक, डीजल. Those are allowed. Nobody stops them.
Right.
Why is the axe on us? If we don't preserve our own heritage, how do you expect a little child to know?
Yeah, right. It's true.
So, हमारे बच्चे involved हैं. How will the public know? You are involved because you are with the journalists. But what about the rest? What about your siblings? What about
They
your
don't
cousins?
know though.
They won't even know what this is. They don't even know. See, nobody knows that there was a judge who refused to give death sentence to Bhagat Singh.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it comes as a shocker to people.
people should aware about
But
these
people
facts.
should know. How will they know if we don't get them and show them around? If the government doesn't support us, then how do we do?
Right.
ये रैली तो साल में एक बार होती है. अब अगले साल आएगी. बीच में तो लोगों को पता ही नहीं, जो आया आया, नहीं आया नहीं आया.
Right, right.
With a little ingenuity and a lot of patience, these vintage machines spring back to life and the road calls us forward once again. This rally is not a race. It's about connection between cars, between people, and between the past and the present. Every turn of the wrench, every word of encouragement, and every experience reminds us that the heart of this journey is not the destination, but the spirit of unity that drives it. But at the heart of every rally are the proud owners. These are the individuals who have devoted countless hours to restoring their vintage cars. Meet the passionate owners behind the machines, each with a unique story of how they nurtured their love for these classics. To them, these cars are more than just vehicles. They are family, a part of their soul.
My name is Manik Sharma, and we have 3 vintage cars. All the cars bought by my father, Mr. Anil Sharma, and one is Singer Super 10. It is a British car, and one is Mini here. It is the make is the Austin, so it's an Austin Cooper, and this is Willys 1966, and this is 1968. So this is an American Jeep, and my father is coming to this rally, vintage Statesman rally, quite since can say when I was a kid. So I used to come here with my father, and it is a proud moment. I am coming and driving this car now. Cars are in our blood. Like, we are quite passionate about the cars, and I will it is really tough to maintain these cars nowadays, because we don't get the parts of the cars, and it is quite expensive to maintain these cars. And we can only drive the cars on the special vintage rally, because of NGT 15-year rule, we cannot drive daily these cars. So I will request to the government bodies to please allow these cars, and we can drive every day in a routine time. And I will also tell, because just 2 years back, government started a vintage registration. So Willys has the VA number, if you can see that. So these the government is doing their work, but still NGT in Delhi specifically, we cannot drive. All over India, still they allow to drive the car. At least if they cannot allow us daily, at least on the Sunday, there should be a time in the morning that on Sunday we can drive the car freely all over Delhi. I will also convey through your platform that the youth should support the heritage and preserve the heritage in the terms of these vintage cars. So youth should come and support the event.
And behind many of these classics, entire families come together to preserve these treasures. Fathers and daughters, mothers and sons, all working side by side to celebrate these vehicles. It's not just the car that brings them together, but the passion, the family pride in ensuring that these classics continue to roll on through the ages. Here, the rally is a family tradition passed down through generations, uniting everyone in their love for the journey that lies ahead.
I'm Uday Bahadur. This car belongs to my daughter Sakshi Bahadur. It's a 1957 Bentley S1 and it's automatic power steering original. And I've done 54,000 miles, 736 as per today in 8 years with 2 years of COVID in the middle. So I drive this very extensively and I have my own workshop to maintain them. We import the parts which are quite easily available. There is no major problem, and probably I drive it nearly every day. So that's how it's done so much of mileage. I've gone to Jaipur, Agra, Chandigarh, across the country, and it's being power steering automatic. It's a pleasure to drive. So this is what, and I collect. I've got some other cars like the MGTC. That's a small sports car, 1947. That's also displayed on the other side. But this car has been coming to the Statesman, has won a lot of trophies. So yeah, so we're hoping to win again.
That's really nice.
This is a passion without ration. You cannot stop maintaining them, you cannot stop loving them. They are to be continuously maintained, and if you drive them, the maintenance is minimum. But if you don't drive them, then something or the other keeps going wrong. But the more you drive, the more young they are. So we drive the cars every second day, every day, and make sure that they stay young. Like I've said, I've done 54,000 miles odd in 8 years. So that's like a normal car.
So you drive out of Delhi because in Delhi
Yes.
it is not allowed?
No, these are allowed. These are vintage cars. Over 50 years are allowed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Under
and
50 years.
for rallies, for exhibitions, to fill fuel, things like that. Otherwise, we go to Agra, we go to Jaipur, we go to Chandigarh.
Out of Delhi border.
Yeah, and regularly. I've had this car for 8 years.
8 years?
Yeah, so I know.
Continuously you are coming.
Yes,
and
yes.
You already win this.
Yeah, I won a couple
You
of times.
already won once?
Couple of times, yes.
Couple of times. That's
Yeah,
really
and my
nice.
MG won last year. So she won the best maintained MG and the most beautiful car. So that was last year. So the year statements were held last time.
Any message you want to give to youth about the Indian heritage legacy?
Yeah, we just hope the new generation takes to this hobby and maintains these cars and drives these cars after us. So, and makes our legacy, carry on. I always ask my daughters to carry on what I've started. So they are very interested. This is her car.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so that's we are hoping that the youth also, and we have a lot of young boys, young girls who have actually brought their cars, driving and competing. So that's very encouraging.
Their love for these cars is undeniable, and each vehicle carries a piece of its owner's journey. Stories of dedication, perseverance, and the thrill of the road. It's these connections that make vintage car rallies so much more than just a display of fine engineering.
My name is Ashish Jain and I am a proud owner of this Rolls Royce that you see next to me. This is a recent import. This was bought in last year. It was in a very bad state, so was thoroughly restored. And I have been participating in the Statesman rally for good 25 years now. This is the fourth Rolls Royce that I have bought. As a child, I have always been fond of Rolls Royces. So I keep flipping them over every 5 years. So this is, I only own one at a time, but yes, this is the fourth one. So this has come from England. This is one of the smaller engine sizes of Rolls Royces, which is called the 2025. It is a small engine, but it is a good daily runner. And if you hear, this is absolutely soundless engine. If you allow me, I can show you how she starts. And we did the entire paint, the tires were changed, the seats were changed.
So how you managed to arrange these spare
No,
parts?
in England, if you are a member of the Rolls-Royce Enthusiast Club, and if you write to them and tell them which part is missing, they source it for you. And then you can import them. So I imported about 30 parts to restore this car. This is one of the most expensive hobbies.
Yeah, actually
Yes,
it is.
Yes. If you see, the Indian Maharajas were the richest, talking about 100 years back. So they used to go to England and all these states and get specially custom cars made for themselves.
Yes, sir.
So India was a very rich state. So lot of Indian cars are still alive which were owned by Raja Maharajas. You will see many such cars with the red number plate in the rally, which belong to the next Maharaja.
So you are feeling like Maharaja when you ride this car?
Yes, Rolls-Royce is a status symbol also. This is called a Rolls-Royce 2025, which is the engine capacity. And the body is made by a special bodybuilder in UK called Windovers. And this is a 1934 model. Only problem in Delhi is that these cars, the government has been, the DGFT was nice enough to formulate a policy wherein you were allowed to import these cars pre-1950. And then the customs duly takes duty of about 256%. And then maybe the registration authority has now started registering these cars in a special number plate, which is the vintage series. But in spite of everything and all the efforts and all the money that goes in, we are not allowed to drive these cars. The government only gives permission to drive these cars on rallies and special occasions, provided the organizer of the rally takes prior permission from the Delhi police and the NGT. So what we all request as a group, as the HMCI, which is a Heritage Motoring Club of India, we collectively request the government to at least allow us to drive these cars at least on a Sunday.
Yeah.
The total number of cars is very, very nominal comparing to what the cars that create pollution. And driving them for an hour or two on a Sunday will not really increase the level of pollution.
True.
So that is our request, that to allow us to drive these cars at least on Sundays.
Yeah.
And all other states besides Delhi, enthusiasts drive their cars. Even in metropolitans like Mumbai, in Chennai, in Kolkata, people take them out on Sundays and they enjoy these cars. But we only long forward when February will come, when will a particular person like the Statesman hold a rally, and when will we be able to drive these.
That's a serious
So that is a
concern.
shortcoming.
Yeah, that's
Because
a
these cars only remain alright as long as they are running. If you keep them standing, they are not happy.
It's about preserving history and ensuring that the stories of these machines are never forgotten. What truly makes the rally unforgettable is the community, the enthusiasts, the restorers, the dreamers, all bound together by love for these extraordinary machines.
I am Kamal Shahani and I entered two cars here. This is a Ford 1931 Model A and further down there's a Packard 1947, all original, entered in the preservation class. Some of the cars are in fact owned by the family, so they've come down to us. Sell them, in those days you got nothing for them, and today they are worth a dime. Well, I can only request the government to allow us to drive at least on a holiday, so that at least we know the cars are in good running condition. Yeah.
It's tough to maintain these cars, or it's tough to maintain these spare parts?
You can fabricate the parts. You can, if you have a good eye, you can get them from the dealers, Some of them still have brand new parts lying with them, but it's difficult to get. Overall, it's difficult. So you have to keep and maintain what is there or replicate it.
Okay. So what's your experience whenever you ride these cars, apart from this modern cars?
It's a big stress buster. Although very stressful, but yes, yet when you complete the course, you feel like you made a killing
You are
today.
like Raja Maharaja.
Raja Maharaja.
Kind of feeling.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you feel proud to have these cars.
Well, I wouldn't say proud, but I mean they are within the family. So I spend about 2 hours every day in my. You see, the cars are parked in my basement in my office. So I go down for 2 hours. Yeah. It's a very big stress buster.
Yeah, actually.
While the work is going on in the office, I find time 2 hours. Try and find 2 hours at least 5 days a week. Well, these engines are very powerful. I drove this car to Shimla, and I was told that there is a place where this car may need to be towed. So when we finally reached Shimla, they said, "Which route did you take?" I said, "I took the one which was the most difficult because I did not know the other route about the other route." So he said, "Well, you made it." I said, "See, this car is like 3000 cc. So which is a lot of torque it has, a lot of torque. You can literally start driving in the second gear. And all American cars have 3 gears, 3 forward gears and 1 reverse."
So my name is Shamsher Shahani. This is Ford A model, which belongs to us. It's a 1931 Ford A. We've had this car for about 25 years. We drive it regularly in the streets. थोड़ा मुश्किल है चलाना because it's not like a modern car. You start किया और निकल गए. इसमें सोचना पड़ता है traffic कितना है, गर्मी कितनी and all that stuff. But we maintain our cars. We take care of these cars in our basement in where we live. And we've got about 10 cars. We have a full-time mechanic, a full-time restoration department. And the idea is that these cars should live for our future, for the future generation. So I will also tell the viewers about the Heritage Transport Museum of India, which is ahead of Gurgaon, which was opened about 10-12 years ago, partly sponsored by the Ministry of Culture, Government of India. It's about 80,000 square feet of covered space, air-conditioned, with all the transport related to India. So if anybody is interested and they like cars and like anything automobile related, they should go to the museum kabhi. So that's our message to the youth out there. My only request to the government is कि आप ये सोचिए जैसे आपके पास पुरानी इमारतें हैं, पुराने monuments हैं, आप ध्यान रखते हो, आप इनको बोलते हो कि इनको मत चलाओ. Agar if we don't take care of these things, how will the generations ahead know what is our legacy, what is our history? People think that these cars only exist in overseas. No, these cars exist here. Indians drove these cars and Indians are driving these cars. So इनको maintain करना चाहिए.
It's not about who crosses the finish line first. It's about the journey itself. Keeping these classics alive, creating lasting memories, and forming friendships that extend far beyond the road. The road is never finished. It leads to the next generation of enthusiasts. These timeless machines, wheels of time, continue to inspire, leaving a legacy that will endure, reminding us that the past has a way of speeding into the future.